In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Claude AI to create Elementor ready JSON templates for your WordPress website. As you can see right here, I have a design which I created myself using the free version of Elementor, and also made a video about that. You can watch that after this video. And this was what Claude AI was able to generate using the screenshots of my design. And after tweaking it a little bit, I was able to arrive at the same exact design which I created, and it took a lot less of time to design this. So let's say you saw a website and then you want to replicate a particular section, let's say the call to action or the hero section. You can simply just screenshot the page, send it to Claude AI, ask it for an Elementor ready JSON that you can install onto your website, and it's going to provide it for you. Same thing applies to, let's say you design a website with AI, let's say you use Stitch by Google, or you wrote the HTML with Claude. It can also help you convert it to Elementor ready JSON, and it can even tell you to write it in a way that it can be compatible with the free version if you don't have access to some pro elements that might be used. Alright, so without wasting time, let's get started. First I'm going to do is to screenshot this particular page. Let me just screenshot this page real quick, and what I want to do next is to come to Claude AI, and I'm going to paste the screenshot right there. Now you don't need to give it a long list of prompts to be able to get what you want. We're just going to tell it to convert this design to an Elementor ready JSON template. You're going to tell it to make it compatible with the free version of Elementor if you don't have a pro version, and also you're going to tell it to use a flexbox container, and lastly you're going to tell it to try and use widget as much as possible instead of writing custom HTML, and only write custom HTML if it is extremely necessary. Alright, I'm going to put in my prompt right here right now. Alright, so I just wrote this simple prompt: convert the design to an Elementor JSON ready template compatible with the free version of Elementor, and also make sure you use a flexbox container. And also, since I know the particular fonts for this design, I'm going to tell this to use Inter fonts. Since it's a Google font, you should be able to grab that also. Inter fonts for the complete design. And I'm going to click on design, and I'm going to click on send. Now this can take a few moments. It can take up to, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes for it to write the complete JSON. So I'll be back when Claude AI is done with my JSON templates. Now Claude is done with my JSON template design. What I'm going to do is to come up here and click on download. All right, so we're going to minimize this page, and I'm going to come back to my Elementor page, and we're going to create a new page. Alright, so one quick thing I'm going to do is to come up here to page settings, and I'm going to change the page layout to Elementor canvas. And now we are ready to import the template that we downloaded from Claude to our Elementor website. Alright, so I'm going to click on this folder button there, this folder icon. We're going to come to templates. We're going to come up to template, and then we're going to import a template to our library. Now let's select the file I just downloaded. Okay, I can't find it here. Let me just select file. All right, so this is the template. This is the JSON template. We're going to click on it, and then we're going to open and click on continue. All right, says you successfully imported one template. Now we're just going to find the particular template. This is it right here. We're going to click on insert. So here is the design that Claude AI generated. As you can see, it's a little bit similar to what I have right here. So if you're just going to change a little bit of stuff here, what you can do is to start with the container itself. You can come to advanced, and I am going to come over to layouts, and we're going to give it padding of what was the padding I gave my own design. Oops, I've closed that page. I'm going to give it the padding of, let's say, 120 to the top, and let's give it 120 to the bottom. Let's remove the padding on the right and padding on the left. Now we're going to remove this image widget because we didn't actually use an image. We used HTML for that particular section. Now what we're going to do is to remove this container. There is no need to put all this text into a particular container anymore. So let's just drag everything out. I think we can use our site structure to make it better. So we're going to drag out this. We're going to drag out this one also. We're going to drag this one out, and also we're going to drag this one out. Then we can safely delete this container. Okay, now the next thing we can do is to just adjust the width for this text. So you can come over here to this pencil icon, and we're going to come to advanced, and under advanced we're going to come to width, and we're going to set this to about let's say 60%. And yep, let's work on this heading. For the heading, we are going to make this about, let's say 80. Did I use 80? I think I used about 70. One thing I can just do to make sure I'm using the correct details is just come back to my dashboard, and I'm going to come to pages, select all pages, since I want to make it pixel perfect. Let me edit this page rather, edit with Elementor. So I want to make this pixel perfect. I want to use the exact values that I use for this particular demo page with the one that Claude generated for us. All right, so for the heading in our own design, we have it as 70 and the font weight was 700. So we can just replicate the same thing, 70, and we have this as 700. And let's remove this one, let's make it 1, and this one should be minus 3.5. okay. And we're going to move on to the next one, which is the subheading. For this subheading, we have I think this is about 16 or 17 pixels, if I can remember, 17. So we're going to change this one, come over to style, and we're going to change this to 17. Okay, we have it as 17, but we are going to remove this one. Let's say 1.5, sorry, 0.5, and letter spacing is going to be minus 0.5, and we're going to change the font, the text color. Let's give it black for now. Let's just see what we used. We used this shade, so let's come over here and give it this shade instead. And for this line heights, let's return this back to pixels and let's leave it as it is. Okay, and I think the 60 we gave it, was it in, I think, did we give it 60 here? 65. We gave it 65, so let's make this one 65. And I think the container is a full width container instead of a boxed. Okay, we're going to change this to boxed. All right, and we're going to work on the button. First of all, we're going to remove the padding surrounding this button. We're going to remove all these paddings, and for this first button, we have this blue shade, and I think it's a little bit easier. It's very similar. We just need a little bit of tweaking. Let's see the typography. Let's go with medium, and also the border. I think I gave it 20 pixels for the border radius in my own version. Border radius is 20, and the padding for the button. The padding for the button is going to come over to style, and the padding for the button is 1540. We're going to apply that also 15. We're going to give it 40, and also we're going to make this 15. Wow, this is going to be 40. Okay, and the same thing is going to apply to this one also. Same thing is going to apply to that one also. But first of all, let me confirm. We gave it 15 pixels. Let's come to style, and under this one is going to be 15. And let's leave it as normal. Okay, we leave it as normal, but that radius is going to be 20 pixels. Now this is going to be 14, this is going to be 38, this is going to be 14, and this is going to be 38. And the border width is going to be, did we use 1 or we used 2? I think we used 2. We're going to go with 2, and the border color is going to be this particular color. Okay, and also the text color is also going to be the same color. And this is how our button looks like. See how it works. Okay, and the over is not going to have a color, so we're going to drag the transparency down to 0. All right, so we have the transparency down to 0. The last thing we need to do is to just adjust this text right here, trusted by 500 plus freelancers. We're going to copy the text, and let me just have a glance. 14 pixels. Okay, so we're going to click on the pencil icon. We're going to come to style, another style. We're going to paste this color right there, and this is going to be 14 pixels. And the last thing we need to do is the background. For the background, we're going to come to style, and we are going to be using a custom background for this. As you can see, I have a plugin right here. Although I submitted the plugin to WordPress, but they didn't approve the plugin because they feel it is too generic and there are several solutions. So you can just find a plugin that allows you to add custom CSS to the page or to sites wide, something that just allows you to add custom CSS to your website, or you can use the additional CSS feature from WordPress itself. So what I'm going to do is just come over here. I'm going to copy my CSS. I use this particular CSS for this landing page. Then I am going to come here. I'm going to select this container and I'm going to come to advanced and I'm going to paste this right here. Okay, and I'm going to copy the class. This is the class name. Let me just come back here and let me copy the class name. I'm going to copy the class name and I am going to come down to layouts and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so let's come here and let's remove this background that we have, this default background. Now what we're going to do now is to click on publish and let's view this page on our browser. All right, so we can see the background has been applied, although you're supposed to see it visually right here. I think I need to refresh this editor. Let me just quickly refresh it right now. All right, so all it needed was a refresh and then we can see the design right in our Elementor editor. So the last thing we're going to do now is to add our HTML widgets. So we're going to search for HTML widgets and we're going to drag this here. And we're going to come back to our Elementor editor to copy the HTML code from this particular website. So we're going to click on this pencil icon. And right here, I'm going to copy these codes, then come back to Elementor to this page to paste the code right here. All right, so the last thing we can just do is to click on this container. The gap between these two buttons is too much, so we can just unlink this and then we can put in pen instead. Then let's see how it looks like on tablets. On tablets, what we can do is just reduce the font size. We can reduce the font size, come to style, and we are going to make this about 58. Okay, let's give it a figure about 55. And for this one, we are going to increase the custom width, come to percentage, and then we're going to make this about 80. So make this about 80, and let's see whether we can go up to 85. And lastly, let's just give this whole container a little bit of padding to the left and right. So we're going to give this about 10 to the right, 10 to the left, and we're going to return 150 to the top and 150 to the bottom. And same thing is just going to apply to the mobile version also. For the mobile version, the font size is going to come down to around 35, or we can go with 40. We can go with 40 or 45. Just going to find the sweet spots for your own particular design or your own use case. So let's just go with about 45, and these ones we take up to 100% full width. Okay, full width. And for the buttons, we're going to give it 10 to the row also, and we're going to maintain the column as it is. And yep, we are done with the design, the hero section, using the Elementor JSON that was generated by Claude AI. This is just a very simple test though. You can even take it more advanced. You can take it further to generate something more complex. For example, I have this design that was generated by Claude for me. It's a Bento grid, and I use Claude AI also to generate this particular JSON for Elementor. The only thing I just did was just adjust a little bit of things that went off. Everything as it is was created using Claude AI with just a very simple prompt. Although this one was more advanced, I gave it some detailed things to target when designing this particular grid, because it is an advanced design. So yep, with Claude AI rather, you can design Elementor JSON. You can design almost any type of websites. You can clone almost any type of website by just serving it the design, or serving it the HTML code, or serving it anything that will just give it a clear idea on what to do. I hope this video helps you a lot, and I hope this particular workaround helps you to ship out designs to build your website faster. If you enjoyed this video and you got value from this video, make sure to leave a like and also comment something I might have missed, something that might make my own workflow even better, or any future videos that you want from this channel, and I'll be sure to reach out to you. My name is Iben, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.